Does your partner turn their phone away from you when it buzzes? Do they take calls or place bets from the bathroom? Have they become more secretive lately? Or are they watching events they were never interested in the first place? If you're nodding, I want you to stay with me. There's a new app that's showing up in more households than you think, and it's threatening the financial stability of your household. Today, I am walking you through the signs your partner might be deep into a prediction market habit. It's affecting more and more households and relationships and could wreck the financial foundation you've been trying to build. And it is disguised as trading, not gambling, so it seems okay. I'm not here to tell you that your partner is a bad person if he's on one of these apps. I'm here because this is a growing challenge and it sits squarely in stage 1 secure of our money method. And an unexamined trading habit is one of the fastest ways I see that foundation cracking without anyone noticing until the bills are paid late. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Catherine Agapjan, creator of the Secure First Money Method. It's a 5-stage framework that helps women move from financial stress to financial confidence by doing money in the right order. And in today's video, we're diving into prediction market apps and what it could mean for your financial future and your relationship. Let's back up because here's the thing. The concept of prediction market apps are marketed almost entirely to men, which means a lot of you watching may genuinely be hearing these apps for the first time. So let's start there. What is a prediction market app? A prediction market is an app where you put money on the outcome of a real world event. Will it rain tomorrow? Who wins the election? Who will be eliminated from Love Island? Who will win Big Brother? Who wins the World Cup? These may sound ridiculous, but these are live scenarios that you can bet on. The marketing says you're not betting against the house like a casino. You're trading a yes or no contract against other users. And if you're right, you get paid out. If you're wrong, you lose your stake. The two biggest names right now are Kalshi and Polymarket, and you'll see this show up inside apps you may already recognize, like a predictions tab now built into Robinhood. Here's why they're suddenly everywhere. Their marketing engine has been on fire, and at big sports events like the NBA Finals and the World Cup, they are acquiring users left and right. Combined monthly trading volume on Kalshi and Polymarket went from under 5 billion to nearly 45 billion in about 9 months. That's real money. This isn't a niche hobby anymore. It's one of the fastest growing financial products in the country. And here's the kicker. It's not marketed evenly. On Kalshi, roughly 3 out of every 4 active users are men, and close to 40% of men aged 18 to 34 have used a prediction market. The marketing leans into meme culture, sports fandom, and having an opinion with your money. The pitch is high speed and intelligence, not risk. And that's the part of why this can fly under the radar in a household. It doesn't look like a betting app icon on the phone. It looks like a finance app. But here's the part that should stop you. Most of this is aimed at people who feel financially behind. A Northwestern Mutual survey found that 70% of men currently in or considering these high-risk bets feel financially behind, and this is how they catch up with a quick win. But the data says otherwise. Research on hundreds of millions of trades found about 69% of users lose money. One analysis even found that the top 1% of traders, mostly automated bots, capture more than 76% of all the profits. The quick win pitch is a myth for almost everyone. So the question will come up, isn't this just gambling? Casinos are legal, lotteries are legal, sports betting is legal. Why is this any different? That is a fair question. And here's the honest answer. It used to be if you wanted to gamble, you had to drive to a casino. That drive was friction in of itself. It meant you could reason with yourself. You'll spend $200 there once every couple of months and know exactly what it cost you. It was regulated. It was almost certainly a bad financial decision, but it was contained. Now you can bet on literally anything at any time from a phone in your pocket. That alone should give you pause. Prediction markets can be built on any event in the world with far less oversight than a casino floor. and that changes the incentives. A prediction market on events with no oversight can create a financial incentive for someone to try to influence or even cause the outcome, not just predict it. I want to call out a few headlines that have made the rounds, and I've linked the respective articles below if you want to dive deep into its impact. This prediction market is here and it's affecting households. The first story we're going to cover is McKay Coppins. He's a journalist and father of 4 with zero gambling history. He was given $10,000 by The Atlantic to bet on last season's NFL games as an experiment. Within months, he'd lost nearly all of it, and this is the part that matters for us. His own family started naming what they were seeing: secrecy, distraction, a shift in his mood they couldn't explain. There is a financially literate, values-driven family man who got pulled into it within weeks. It wasn't even his own money, but he still felt like he needed to win. The second story we'll cover is Samuel Sharkey. He was 23 and had about $20,000 in savings when he made his first prediction market bet on the 2024 election. When those lost, he chased the losses into weather and Bitcoin bets. And over 5 months, he lost about $10,000. His words: "I think about the money I lost every single day." These are different households, same pattern. It never looked like gambling in the first place until it was too late to walk away from. When you read these headlines, you see wins and losses. And unfortunately, you don't see the impact on families. What happens when these losses are in the thousands? How does that impact relationships? How does that impact feelings of security and trust? And there's a reality here. Research points to a documented spike in intimate partner violence following unexpected losses in sports or financial bets. Prediction markets just got started, but we need to start paying attention. Before we get to the signs, give this video a like and share it so more women can be aware of the rise of prediction markets and they can protect their family. And don't forget to subscribe to Sisters for Fi for more money content. Here's the trap. These platforms are dressed up as investing. Now, in the Secure First money method, there's 5 stages, and the goal of this money framework is to move you from one stage to the next without overwhelming you. And stage 1 is secure, know what's coming in and going out. So it may be that your partner is trying to jump hoops to get to the growth stage of the Secure First money method, wanting to get a quick win, while the other partner is on one side trying to keep the foundation from cracking, ensuring the bills are paid on time and that the credit cards aren't maxed out and the kids have a roof over their heads. This will lead to a conflict and it can affect the financial stability of your household. So how should households handle this? Before we even look at money, we need to start looking at behavior. Ask yourself if more than 1 or 2 of these sound familiar. Betting from the bathroom, another room, screen turned away, secrecy with the phone. Refreshing an app all day, checking scores and markets obsessively. Paying attention to sports or other world events that they normally wouldn't care about. Mood swings tied to outcomes that have nothing to do with your household. Talking of making it back, bigger bets after a loss. And calling it trading or research and getting defensive if you call it betting. Restlessness when they can't check the app, and conversations that keep drifting back to odds and markets. Now, none of these alone proves anything, but together that's your signal to move to the financial check. Now we know some of the behavioral signs. Let's look at the numbers. Stage 1 is secure, and it's knowing what's coming in and going out. This is the part where you will do a quiet audit of what's threatening your foundation. And you are going to check for a few things. Unfamiliar transactions to Kalshi, Polymarket, Robinhood, or crypto on-ramps. Checking or savings balances dropping with no lifestyle explanation. New debt, credit cards climbing, a personal loan or a cash advance that was taken out, or missed or late bills that don't match your normal pattern, or an account he hasn't shown you yet, or being asked to move money just for a little while. So, your assignment today, regardless of what you find or what you suspect, is to pull your last 2 or 3 statements from every shared account. Know your real numbers, know what's coming in and going out. Now, I want to say something directly to the women watching this who aren't the primary earner in their household, or who don't feel like they have a say in the money, because this is where a lot of women get stuck, not on the checklist, on the confrontation itself. Here's what's actually happening. Research on breadwinner households shows that when men earn more, financial decision making tends to default to them almost automatically. Women in these households often describe opting out of money conversations entirely. He's better with numbers. He went to business school. This is his thing. He handles it because he earns the paycheck. And separately, in surveys on financial secrecy, a third of people say fear of their partner's disapproval is a direct reason they stay quiet about money in either direction. So if raising this feels scary, like you're not allowed to ask, or like you'll be told you don't understand the markets, I want you to hear this clearly. You do not need to be the primary earner to have full visibility into your household's finances. Access to the numbers is not a privilege you earn by income. It is a baseline of your household. You are entitled to know what's coming in and going out of your home, regardless of whose paycheck it came from. If you're feeling that fear right now, that's not a sign you're overreacting. That's a sign this conversation is overdue. If you suspect that your partner is on these prediction market apps, lead with curiosity, not accusation. I noticed some Kalshi transactions and I want to understand what's happening with our money. It lands completely different than your gambling. Separate the money conversation from the diagnosis conversation. You don't need to decide if he has a problem to have every right to ask what's happening with shared money. Ask direct questions in his own language. How much total? Are we up? Are we down? Is there a limit? And of course, protect your four walls while you sort it out. Move essential bills to an account only you control, set transaction alerts, and check your credit report. If you're chasing losses, hidden debt, or lying about amounts, this is the same addiction pattern as traditional gambling, and the same support applies. The National Council on Problem Gambling Helpline is confidential and open 24/7. And of course, get support for yourself too. You don't need to do this alone. Here's the bottom line. You don't need a diagnosis, and you don't need to be a breadwinner to justify protecting your household's money. You just need the numbers. That's stage one. That's secure. It comes before everything else. If this hit close to home, grab the stage one secure checklist link below. If you're wondering where you are on the Secure First Money method, I've linked a 2-minute quiz for you to take. And if you want to know how your money should be set up, this video is going to be for you. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you next time. Bye.